Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Player Display for another Pod Guy podcast, or rather a variant of that called PODplays, which I know sounds really stupid, but work with me here. I don't know, I just figured we could go ahead and do something a little different on this channel, because as I mentioned before, because of budgetary constraints, I can't do a review on a figure every single day, every single week, so, I gotta kind of cut that down a little bit, but that doesn't mean we can't have a little bit of fun. And again, as I said before, play or display, kind of ambiguous. We can be playing with whatever we want, whether it be an action figure or a game, for example, and display. I'm displaying the game on my computer monitor, so technically that shapes up, but anyways, what will we be doing? What we will be doing, if I can get my English together right tonight, I'm going to be playing a very classic game, which I've never really played before, but I've always wanted to. This is called Would You Rather. Now, this has also been called either.io, but from my understanding, that website no longer exists, which is really unfortunate, but still we have an alternative here. We have wouldyourrather.io. So I'm going to give that a shot. Here we are. And for those of you who don't know how this game works, it's pretty simple. I figured it would be really good for either watching it or just playing it in the background while you do something else, like kind of what we did with Pod Guy podcasts in the past. But I don't know, if you guys like it, then I can keep doing it. If you don't like it, probably going to do it anyways, because it's probably going to be very fun to do. But the way this game functions is it effectively gives you two options, and you simply need to choose between them. For example, we have never be able to go outside, but you have internet, or be able to go outside, but you have no internet. Now, this is an interesting conundrum. So, never be able to go outside, but you have internet. So basically, you are a homebody through and through. You ain't leaving, you're not going outside to get anything you need, and I'm not even sure you'd have contact. Well, you would, because you have internet, so you're effectively the whale in this situation. You're not going anywhere, you're stuck at home for the rest of your life for as long as you live. The other one is be able to go outside, but you have no internet. Now, that's a matter of, would you know what to do with yourself when you're outside? For me, I don't always know for certain, and for me, I'm very photosensitive. I can't handle too much of the sun, so that would also be a challenge. So, honestly, neither of these options are great, because the internet's a beautiful thing when used right and with decent intentions, and going outside is also very good for you, so that's a tough one. I guess I would lean towards what is more productive for me, and in this case, I feel like I would be able to give more to the world if I were more internet focused. And it would suck for a while, but eventually I'd learn different mediums and things like that, be able to train myself in certain creative outlets so I could do something interesting. Now, I'd also be able to get feedback from that, see how it's doing, change out my methods. I mean, that's what this YouTube channel is all about, right? And speaking of that, special celebration for 350 subscribers, so that's kind of cool. But anyhow, I think I'm going to go with internet, and I say that with gritted teeth because honestly, neither of these are that great. So never be able to go outside, but you have internet. So now we select an option, and we see what other people have chosen. So it's kind of split, 43%, and it disappeared. I don't know where it went. All right, so we got to eyeball them quick before they evaporate, but anyways, the majority went to people going outside, which, again, I understand it's a very difficult choice. But anyways, that's pretty much how this game works. And I also, as I mentioned before, I'm a philosophy guy. I'm a philosophy scholar, in fact, whatever that means. I've studied philosophy. So that's going to give me a little bit of a cutting edge when it comes to judging some of these choices. So that should allow me to find certain loopholes, or I don't know, just maybe make a certain basic situation overly confusing. I don't know how that's gonna go, but anyways, we're playing a game today, so let's continue. Would you oh no, would you rather marry your parents or marry your siblings? Well, I don't actually have any siblings now, don't I? So but would that mean I'd be unable to marry anyone ever again because I'm married to non-existent siblings? You could have a girlfriend and not be married. Plenty of people do that. I mean, for me personally, like, this is branching off, but would I rather have a girlfriend or be married? I mean, I guess it would depend on the person, but I mean, certainly that's better than marrying your parents. So yeah, I'm gonna marry my siblings who do not exist so that way I can be with someone because nobody else is there. So that just makes perfect sense for me. And the majority chose siblings, and that's still on a number of levels disturbing. Be stuck outside all your life or be stuck inside all your life. We just talked about this. I feel like if you were stuck outside all your life, you would die very quickly. I mean, especially with the weather conditions that we're experiencing. I'm in New England, so basically there's no such thing as spring or fall anymore. You either have really high temperatures, which are ultimately the death of me, or you have very low temperatures where I'd survive a little bit better, but then eventually I'd keel over. So, and you need a job, and all my jobs, they'd have to be something inside. So being outside, I'm dead. Being inside, again, we're talking about the whale predicament, right? At least you have the internet. Then you can order things in, and you could survive for a while. It wouldn't be a fulfilling life, but at least you'd be alive. So, holy crap, can you just reduce this to life sentence versus death sentence? Like, isn't that what this is? Like, go outside, you're dead. Stay inside, you'll live, but you won't be very happy. I believe in the ability to adapt to a terrible situation. So I'm gonna go with inside, because at least then you'd have a chance. And it looks like, wow, pretty even split, 48 for me. So yeah, that's a tough one. But again, we kind of covered that one already. So would you rather have a lazy partner or have a stupid partner? Whew, oh man. So when we say lazy, to what capacity is that in effect? Does that mean they're always lazy? Or are they willing to put in the legwork and then to slump down on the couch for the rest of the day? Because that's what I do. I work my ass off at work, then I come home, then I pass out. Then that's when I can say I am lazy. But then I don't think I want a stupid partner though, because then you can't have any interesting conversations. I feel like having a partner then would be for naught. Like, what would be the point then? You can't talk about anything. They'll never understand you. They'll never have anything to contribute. And I value that personally. Maybe some other folks, they don't care how many IQ points their spouse has, but to them, all the merrier, whatever. But for me, I feel like there's enough ambiguity and laziness. If they're stupid, they're stupid. Like, you're not being half smart. You're an idiot. But if you're lazy, at least you're lazy for a reason, and there's still room for you to also be very productive at the same time. So, because there's that chance, I'm gonna go with lazy. And, yeah, alright, so slight edge for the laziness, and 57%. By the way, I don't know how long I'm going to do this. I'm just going to keep doing it until I'm bored. Let's see, we got about 8 minutes here, so okay. I'm just going to keep going until I feel like that's that. But would you rather always be clueless or always be paranoid? I'm already always paranoid, so I don't know what you're talking about here. I'm a perpetually anxious bastard. Like, always. But then again, that's what keeps me on my toes and keeps me productive and doing things that are important. Hopefully. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I do my YouTube channel, because I feel like I'm doing something interesting that other people can enjoy. Therefore, I'm doing something that's useful. But always be clueless. What's it saying? It's like, damn it, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Ignorance is bliss, that's right. I don't know if I want to be blissful, though. I feel like I do want to be creating some sort of change. We've been talking about change a lot this podcast, haven't we? But yeah, it's pretty much always be paranoid. So because I believe paranoia, as sucky as that is, it allows you to be thoughtful, it allows you to be reflective, and that's going to allow you to make yourself into a better person at the end of the day, hopefully, unless that overwhelms you in the end. But I'm going to go with paranoia. And wow, alright, so most people are going with ignorance is bliss, with 57% being the majority. So, would you rather have an unlimited army of gnomes for eternity? Alright, these are getting fun now, okay. No longer as existential, or be a demigod? Whew, this is fun. Alright, an unlimited army of gnomes for eternity. So what would that entail? What would we be able to do with that? So you could definitely... So, you could conquer any dynasty, any empire that you want. Easy. You summon an unlimited amount of gnomes. Even if they... Wait, so are we talking sentient gnomes, or are we talking gnomes that would just be out in the lawn, right? Like the ceramic ones? Because I don't want an army of those type of gnomes, but considering that they don't specify what type of gnome, I'm going to go with the whimsical sentient gnomes that can do your bidding, like Snow White Seven Dwarfs. They're conscious, they're thinking, they're sentient, and all that. So that's good. You can get whatever you want. They can do whatever you need them to do. You probably don't need a job at that point, so that's very useful. But then again, if you're a demigod, that's a little more ambiguous. Like, what powers do you have? Are you able to summon gnomes? In which case, it's a package deal. But demigod, like, do you have a limitation? So you're not a straight out god. Gods are pretty much invincible. They have all the power they want. Demigod, you're half human, so that means you have your limitations. You can still die. You're not immortal if you have gnomes, unless you summon a whole bunch of gnomes to create an immortality serum or something like that. Oh, this question's totally ridiculous. I'd say... Well, that's the thing. I'm not in a conquesting mood right now, so I don't think I need the gnomes, but I feel like if you're a demigod, it would make your life easier, but it wouldn't make your life so easy that life gets boring. So you'd still have your hindrances, you'd still be part of the mortal coil, so you'd still be invested in life. I feel like if you just have infinite gnomes, you're going to care less about things because things are so easy to obtain. But because we struggle in life, that's what makes us care about the people around us, the situations around us, and yeah, I just feel like you need to care about things. So I'm going to go with demigod. So it'll make your life a little easier in moderation, but it's not going to totally absolve you of all human conflict. So I'm going to go with demigod. And wow, 73% for demigod. But army of gnomes, ain't too bad either. Got 27%. Let me just check my phone, be sure everything's working okay. You know me, I always want to check that. Beautiful. And if you listen this far, let me know in the comments that you've listened to this far, and you listen to other podcasts in the past, because I enjoy making these. I'm just gonna make them to make them, but it's even better when other people are enjoying them too, so let me know. But anyways, carrying on. Would you rather take care of animals in a shelter or take care of children in an orphanage? Wow. Okay, so now this one's a little more heartwarming. Okay. I love the variety of these questions. They're very fun. Now, I like taking care of people, but like in the sense that I like teaching people. I like it when people are learning and things like that. But that was like at a college level. Now, when we're talking an orphanage, that can be any age at all. You could be talking like toddlers, high school students even, or perhaps like just babies. And you can't do much of anything with babies. So, as for taking care of animals, they're all pretty much baby-minded creatures. Like, they're not mature or anything. Well, I'm downgrading animals. I love animals too, whether they be in the farm or on a plate. But I guess, what if you gotta wipe the kid's ass though? That's not that great. Oh man. Well, for animals it's a guarantee. For kids, I feel like I could suck it up after a while. I feel like humanitarian work would be better for me. Yeah, and again, it doesn't specify what the age range would be. So, here's a rule. If it doesn't specify something specifically, I know that's a redundant thing to say, then that means I got my choice. So, because it doesn't say what the age range of children is, I'm going to assume that they're a little bit older, they're more recipient to advice, to learning, to teaching, and they're able to take care of themselves. So that's the type of orphanage I'm going with. They're a little bit on the older side, and we're able to have good conversations. So I'm going to go with orphanage. And whoa, 64% for the animals and 36% for children. Oh no! This is one of the really terrible ones. This is like Saw Trap level. Okay. Would you rather have to kill your best friend or have to kill your sibling? Hey, I have no siblings, so that makes things easy. So, alright, that's a quick one. Yeah, most people would rather kill their best friend. Yeah, I imagine that. Like, if I had a sibling, I'd probably want to preserve my own blood. I think that would just be by default. Unless I had a really sucky sibling or something like that, but I think that's what it would really come down to. Like, how much do I like my sibling? Do I think they're a good person? I think those are important questions to ask, but I don't need to ask them because I don't have one, so that allows me to skate right on by. Would you rather have the power to specifically erase 10 of your memories? Wow. Or would you rather be able to see the memories of others by touching them? Now, when we want to erase memories, it's probably because we've gone through a great level of trauma or embarrassment or anxiety. Man, I feel like it really just depends on the person, because what memories are we talking about? For me, if there are memories I'd want to erase, I feel like it would just be really pitiful, embarrassing ones that have really had no effect on my life. But as for like the really bad, terrible memories, which I won't discuss, I feel like despite it all, I still have needed those memories to make myself into a better person. So if I erase those, then I'm kind of back to square one, right? I haven't made any progress. I haven't grown to be anyone better. I'm just my same immature, prepubescent self. And I don't want to be that person. But as for being able to see the memories of others by touching them, I think that's great. Then you can sympathize with them, you can learn from them with a single touch, from their experiences, from things they learned. You could cheat on tests so easily. So it's like an instant hive mind. You can learn anything that you want from each other. I'm not sure if you're allowed to choose what memories that you want from them. Again, it doesn't specify that, so I'm going to assume that you can. You can learn as much or as little as you want from a person. You can, like, ask first, like, would it be okay if I learned what answers you studied for the next history exam coming on, or something like that. So I'm going to go with seeing memories of others by touching them. That sounds like an invaluable tool. And wow, 80% agree. Yeah, that's crazy. But again, I think it really depends on the person. Like, ethically, would you be willing to obliterate some of the biggest, most devastating memories of your life on the gamble that you will still be who you are now as a result of that? Let me get some water, as I always do. Just a minute here. Would you rather... This is useless. Would you rather have an extra finger or have an extra toe? Does it matter? Do I care? I guess I'll go with toe, because with a finger it's a lot more obvious. You need your hands to gesture, to type. I mean, typing with an extra finger, would that be useful or would that be a hindrance? I don't think it would be useful. I feel like it would be in an oblong place. Reminds me of that cartoon, The Oblongs. That didn't last very long, did it? But yeah, I feel like that would just be more of an interruption than anything else. Then again, if you had an extra toe, it would be discreet, no one would see it, but you'd need a unique pair of shoes always, and that would be very annoying. But in either case, you could get them surgically removed. But I don't want a surgery, but then again, it's kind of by default, no matter which one I choose. So, damn. I'd rather go with the extra toe, because maybe I don't need custom commissioned shoes. Maybe I can find like a way to use hot water to stretch out my left shoe or something like that, so then it can accommodate for that toe, and then maybe one day I'll suck it up and get the surgery, then I'm fine. As for the finger though, I feel like that would just get in the way of a lot of things that I enjoy doing, whether it be playing a video game, making a piece of artwork, or whatever. So for me, I'll take the extra toe. And the verdict is 43% for toe. People prefer an extra finger. Alright, that's interesting. I don't know what the logic is, but that's what makes this so interesting. Would you rather be able to predict the actions of others, so basically you have some clairvoyance, or would you rather be able to influence the actions of others, outright control them? Whoa. Predict the actions of others. Now, predict, that doesn't mean guarantee. I mean, technically you can predict now. I mean, you can guess based on things that they've done in the past. So, you know what? This one doesn't really mean anything. It's not giving you an ability. It's not giving you clairvoyance or the ability to see the future or anything like that. It just means you can predict it based on past occurrences, past observations. But this option isn't giving you anything. This one, though, being able to influence actions of others, that's giving you a power, like mind control. And I don't think I'd be using that in excess, but like, say if someone was about to do something very stupid or very dangerous and you could stop them telepathically, yeah, that sounds great. Why wouldn't I choose that? Of course. And pretty even, 54% for controlling actions. So, alright, that's really interesting. Sorry I'm going through the percentages very quickly, just they disappear so fast. Would you rather go to jail for 1 year, which is more hell than you could ever expect, I'm sure, or receive 3 years of house arrest? Why do we keep going home? What's with all these questions wanting us to stay in the home? It's like very COVID-centric. I don't know why that is, but oh, going to jail for a year. Oh man, that sounds terrible. And 3 years of house arrest also sounds terrible, but at least it's your home. You're getting cabin fever either way. That sounds terrible. Well, going to jail, at least they let you outside in like a gated area for a while. And it doesn't say there's a chance of parole or anything, so I'm not going to go off of that. Or like good behavior lets you off earlier or anything like that. Receiving 3 years of house arrest. That's my question. What did I do? What did I do that was so terrible? But, oh man, 3 years of house arrest. And I'm assuming there's no way to get out of any of these. Go to jail for 1 year. Oh man, that would mess you up bad. The other would mess you up bad too. Oh no, this is so terrible. I guess if I went to jail, I'd be more in fear of the people who are there. I don't expect they'd be kind. It wouldn't be any Shawshank Redemption, right? You're not going to meet Morgan Freeman or anything. As for 3 years of house arrest, then you'd be very isolated. So I guess I narrow it down to would I rather be surrounded by who's most likely going to be dangerous people, or would I be totally alone for 3 years? So, you know what? I changed my mind. If you go to jail, it doesn't guarantee you're going to a jail with all bad people who are always acting bad towards you. You could potentially find that Morgan Freeman type of guy, right? So I'll go to jail for 1 year. And again, they'll let you outside a little bit. Yeah, 35% to 65. I get it. That's a tough one. Would you rather lose your arms or lose your legs? I don't know how it's going to happen. Are you going to be under anesthetic? Or are you going to be in a train accident? If you're that stupid, why are you on the train tracks? I don't know. You tell me. But for me, though, this is easy. I'd rather lose my legs because my arms, they're what allow me to do everything. And it's not going to be like Anakin Skywalker. You're not going to get perfectly synchronized cybernetic arms. Like, that's an afterthought. It's not saying you're going to get the money or the funds to get that. I don't think it's on my insurance plan. But if I lost my legs, yeah, I'd be confined to a wheelchair. But at least I'd be able to create things, as I always love to do. Or you could even be like that guy from Freaks, if you've seen Todd Browning's Freaks, where you have that one guy who had no legs. He could run around on his hands, no problem. That's something I'd be willing to learn, because that also looked really cool. You could also be like Sebulba from Phantom Menace. But yeah, I'm losing my legs. That's easy. 70% agree with me. I pretty much expected that. Arms are a beautiful thing. Protect your arms. Protect your hands, damn it. Would you rather act on Broadway? No. Or would you rather act in movies or TV? Act in movies and TV. Easy. With a resounding 85%. Yeah, because, like, I'd be camera shy in either case, or people shy in either case, but at least for movies and TV, I could take my time to, like, study and prepare for my lines. And then you're allowed to make mistakes in movies and TV. Not on Broadway, though. And also, I don't want to be singing, that's for damn sure. But I'd rather be a really cool, badass character in a show or a film or something like that. Especially since I love creating my own characters too. So, yeah, that just makes a lot more sense to me. Why would I go to Broadway? I couldn't see myself there. I don't think anyone would want to see me there. So, I'll just save everyone the pain. Would you rather have free public transportation or have free public utilities? So what does utilities entail? Like I have infinite supply of food or free public transportation? That would save a lot on Uber though. That would be good. Again, this is a case-by-case basis. It depends on who we're talking about. For me, I don't drive. I Uber everywhere. Not that often, just to my job, and that's really it. But free transportation's good. Free utilities? Oh, so this is talking about, like, electricity and water and internet and stuff like that. Oh, so both of these are very good. I feel like utilities is just a little bit more expensive for me personally, so I'm going to go with utilities. And that takes us to 53%, so pretty even. Again, it really depends on the person that we're talking about. Would you rather always be tired but not sick, but always be sick but not tired? So you're going to feel like crap no matter what. Oh no. Wow. Being sick really sucks, but you don't feel tired. Well, there are some illnesses are so subtle that you don't even know that you have them, and they might not even hurt you or hurt anyone around you. Like, your body right now is loaded with viruses, loaded with germs, like millions upon millions of little tiny little jerks, like little specimens, little buggy whatevers. But they're not hurting you because you have an immune system. So you could be ill with something, and when they say ill or sick, I imagine that means you're contaminated with something that your body has not identified yet. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's harming you in any way. And on top of that, you're not tired, which is also good. So yeah, I'm going to loophole my way out of this. I'm going to go with always be sick, again with something that's not harming you because it doesn't specify that, but not tired. And I'd rather not be tired. I've been napping way too much lately. Yeah, I got 23% over 77. Yeah, it's just the loophole I used. So people would prefer to be always tired but not sick. I don't want to be tired, man. That sounds terrible. I don't want to be tired. Oh, no! Would you only be able to play Fortnite for the rest of your life, or only... Sorry, that's the plumbing. I'm in an apartment. Maybe we'll talk about that in later questions here. Would you rather only be able to play Fortnite for the rest of your life, or only be able to play Minecraft for the rest of your life? Minecraft. I enjoy Minecraft, and that's 76%. I hate multiplayer games. I hate Battle Royale style games. But Minecraft, it's single player. If you want it to be, you can build whatever you want. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful music. You can play it on peaceful mode. You build anything that you desire. I think that's fine. Like, if I had to choose a single game between those two, easy. Minecraft. Gotta be Minecraft. I was raised on the thing, so of course. Would you rather have no hair anywhere, so you'd be bald, or have never-ending growing hair, so you're either Lex Luthor or you're Chewbacca? You know what? I'd rather have no hair. Then I don't have to worry about haircuts, I don't have to worry about shaving, and I'd have a nice, cool head for the rest of my life. That sounds great. I'd rather go with no hair. So let's go full baldo. Yeah. Yeah, 56%. Yeah, I'll take the slight majority. That's a slight edge. Sure. Famous... Would you rather be a famous dancer or a famous singer? I don't want to be either of these. I guess dancing can be kind of cool, though. Singing... Well, and singing's kind of cool, too. I mean, you got, like, what, 9 Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, stuff that I care about. Dancing's tiring, though. I don't want to dance. Damn. But there's also really cool dances, like Thriller and stuff like that. Now you're getting, like, the edginess angle that I'm trying to plug into this to justify which one I choose. Man... I guess now I've narrowed it down to what type of what I'd be doing, that makes it a little bit easier. I'd rather sing, because at least that's less public, but I'd rather have like a really cool, grungy, industrial voice. I'm not going to attempt anything for you, but I'd rather go with singing. And, whoa, 17% for dancing, 83% for singing. That is interesting, okay. Wow, this is a big one. Okay. Would you rather you can fly, which is great, but only in the cardinal directions. You cannot go up or down. So 15 feet above the ground. Wait. So so you're stuck 15 feet above the ground always. You can't go back to the ground. You can't go any higher into the air. That sounds wicked inconvenient. So you can move northeast, southwest, but you can't go up or down. You don't have a y-axis. That sucks bad. No, that would be a z-axis, right, for depth? That would be a z-axis. I haven't done math in a while, forgive me. But that's a sucky situation. The next one is you can teleport, but only within a 1.6 kilometer, or I'm going to go with miles. You can teleport, but only within a 1 mile radius. That doesn't sound that bad. You just need to know where you're going, and then you can just teleport in very quick intervals. I think that's fine. It's like you're cheating in GTA 5 or something with like a menu script or something like that. That sounds great. But the first option, that one actually has a loophole. No, it has a flaw in it. It says you can fly, but you must always be 15 feet above ground. So that means once you start flying, you're 15 feet above ground, and you're never coming down. You realize that. You can't come down from that. So yeah, there's no plus to that side. But teleporting within a 1 mile radius? Oh, it's a 1 mile radius. So you can only teleport half a mile away. That's still a long distance though. And you just keep doing that in sequence. As long as you know where you're winding up, then that sounds extremely useful. I could save me a lot of steps. Although exercise is good. But I mean, like for a commute or something like that, that doesn't seem that bad. So, I don't know, just bring up Google Maps, help me out a little bit. That sounds great. I'm gonna go with the teleport. And yeah, people agree with me. 16% for flying, 84% for teleporting. I'm down. Sounds good. Alright, this one's pretty cut and dry. Be a doctor or be a lawyer. I don't want to be either of these. They both sound extremely difficult and very intense. The money's good, but what if I suck? Like, I don't think I'd be very good at either of these. Alright. I don't think I want to be a... Alright. Well, for both of them, you're responsible for a human life. But at least when you're a doctor, you're, like, in their body, probably. Oh, well, that's, like, surgeon. Doctor, you don't have to, like, climb up inside someone's intestines or anything and risk killing them on accident. With a lawyer, you don't need to do that. But you can accidentally send someone to the chair, and that's not much better. Alright. No. Alright, you know what? I'm good at arguing. I'm good at creating a thesis. I feel like that skill would be very useful for me being a lawyer. I think it'd be more qualified for that. I would want to do it. I certainly can't see myself doing it, but I feel like I'd be a better fit for that. So I'm gonna go with lawyer. And whoa! Split 50-50. Again, it really just depends on who you're talking about. Let me check my recording here. Yes, everything's still going. Alright. But yeah, really, again, case-by-case basis. Just depends on your skill set and what you can see yourself doing. And for me, definitely not doctor. I just don't see that in any world. But anyways. Ugh. Weather's crazy. But anyways, would you rather be able to shrink whenever you want, or be able to grow whenever you want? Again, neither of them specify whether you can go back to the shape you were before. So you're basically Ant-Man, which is kind of cool. So what would be the benefits of either of these? I guess if you grow, you can get to certain places a lot faster. But if you can shrink, you could go... What would be the benefit of shrinking? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It sounds like a lot of fun, but what's the benefit? Well, firstly, I'm going to assume you can revert back to your original shape whenever you please, because it doesn't specify that. But now I'm trying to figure out what's the benefit of either of them. If you grow, you can get to places a little bit faster, although your footsteps might cause little tremors within the ground, which might not be all that great. If you shrink, though, it just sounds like fun, but you wouldn't be causing any harm. And you could disappear very quickly. Now, would it also function like Ant-Man, where since you're smaller, it, like, by some mathematical wicked magic, you're able to, like, punch extremely hard or move extremely fast? Like, I don't know what the math is there, but yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go with shrinking, because I feel like if you grow giant, it's just gonna be very inconvenient. You're gonna cause a lot of damage to things and people around you, so I'm gonna go with shrinking, because I don't think there's a benefit to it, but at least you're safe. Oh, then you could get eaten by a spider or something. Well, then you could just grow back and then you could stomp the thing to death. So then you'd be fine. So, yeah, I'm going to go with shrink. 51 to 49. Yeah, that's a tough one. Both are fun, but it depends on what angle you think of it in. Would you rather have a medieval house or have a modern house? Are you kidding me? Medieval, of course. Modern houses are so boring. They're so cookie cutter. I'm tired of living in the 1950s. Of course I want a medieval house. That sounds amazing! Well, it says medieval house, though. It's not like a castle. It's not fortified with stone, necessarily. When I think medieval house, now that I really interrogate it, it's like made out of straw and stuff. Well, it doesn't specify that. Like, I can have, like, a barracks kind of thing. You know, like a condo. Like, I feel like this is a little more ambiguous. Medieval house... I don't know. I feel like I'm willing to do that. It doesn't say you can't have modern furnishings. Like, you could still have, like, modern heating, electricity, and stuff like that. It doesn't say you can't have those things. So, why not? Stylistically, it just looks really kick-ass. So, yeah, I'm going with medieval house. 21%, I don't care. I'll get the modern furnishings. I'll be totally happy. Good by me. Would you rather only be able to operate during the day? Operate. Wait, so you're a surgeon? Wait, operate... as in, be awake? What does that mean? Or only be able to operate during the night? What does operate mean? I don't understand this question. Only be able to operate during the day. So, what does operate mean? Like if you're a robot, it means when you're on versus when you're off. I don't get this one. Well, I sleep at night and I'm awake in the day. You know what? This one's stupid. I'm just going to go with operate during the day. And the majority agrees with me, 68% versus 32%. So, fine. Be the only child in your family or have a lot of siblings. Now, the first one, you'd think on first glance, oh, you're an only child, which I am. And then that would make it really easy for you. But it says be the one kid in your entire family. That means all of my cousins, who I love dearly, get Thanos snapped and they're gone. I don't want that. Or you could have a lot of siblings. So I'm going to assume no matter which one you choose, the consequences of either happen instantaneously. If you want to be the only child in your family, all other children to parents disappear in that family. If you choose to have a lot of siblings and you have no siblings, you suddenly have a lot of siblings. Now, do we know what ages or professions they'd have? Or whether they'd be living with my parents, or would they be living with me? Well, either way, this is better than seeing people I love dearly disappear into dust. So I'm going to go ahead and just have some new siblings. It might be fun. They might be mature and all that. We can go out, go get some hamburgers. Sounds good. 53%. I'll take it. Would you rather lose your Wi-Fi for a year, so basically you're Amish, or prices go up by 20% for you for a year? Whoa. Damn. Oh no. I need Wi-Fi to do my job is the thing. Lose Wi-Fi for a year. Oh no. So, we'll lose my Wi-Fi at my house, at my apartment, I mean, is what it would be referring to. So, I can still have Wi-Fi when I'm on the job, when I'm not at my apartment. But then again, I work partly remotely. So no matter which one I choose, I'm financially screwed. That's pretty much what this is suggesting. And if prices went up for everything by 20% anyways, I'd probably be losing Wi-Fi no matter what. And that's for a year, and then eventually it gets fixed. But, oh no, it's by 20%. So I'd still be able to get some Wi-Fi. I just have to limit myself, which is fine. Yeah, but lose Wi-Fi for a year, I'm out of the job. I'm screwed. Then I have no money at all. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the 20% right here. Speaking of 20, whoa, 50-50 exact. Fascinating. Okay. Would you rather lose all your memories but keep your skills? What? But then you don't but yet, huh? But you need memories to remember how to speak English or whatever language you're speaking. You need memories to have skills. You can't just have skills. That doesn't make any sense to me. Or lose all your skills but keep your memories. I feel like if you keep your memories... See, aren't they... I feel like they're... Alright, they're not one and the same. I feel like they coexist. They're dependent on each other. You can't have memories without skills. You can't have skills without memories, is the thing. But the one on the right makes the most sense to me. If you lose all your skills but you keep your memories, I feel like memories come first, then they become skills. But if you remember everything, then you remember your skills almost instantaneously. You just need to get a hands-on approach in a certain situation, and then you remember, oh yeah, I just need to do this, and then you're fine. But if you have all your memories, it's not a big deal. So you're okay. The other one's just stupid. I don't get that one. So yeah, we're going with the lose all your skills. 45 to 55. 55 for me. So yeah, that's a dumb question. I don't like it. Because I'm answering these questions, it doesn't mean I have to enjoy each conundrum I come across. How much time has this been? 41, jeez. Would you rather have your home infested with rats? That sounds terrible. Or have your home infested with snakes? Not all snakes are bad. Oh, man. Why am I feeling like rats are worse? I feel like rats would have more diseases to them. And snakes, it would be like garden snakes, you know? They're not really causing any damage or anything. And it would be creepy, but I feel like snakes will leave you alone if you leave them alone. Rats will just run around and do whatever the hell they want. At least with snakes, you could like call like an animal person and they can get rid of them. And I hope they wouldn't be exterminated. Snakes, I'd hope that they'd take care of them like the alligator man would or something like that. But rats, I just feel like it would be all gross all the time, everywhere. So I'm going with snakes. I'm probably going to be in the minority. I am 39% versus 61. But yeah, snakes, I feel like it would be easier to control. So, and they're not venomous. Because it didn't specify that they were venomous. So, fine. Would you rather... I assume it means get $200 every time you get hurt. Are we talking like a mosquito bite, or if I just scratch myself a little bit and it elicits a little bit of pain? That sounds great. Oh, that also sounds very bad. Or get $20 every time you help someone. Ooh, this is an ethical dilemma. Oh man. So do you go for masochism or altruism? You know what? I'm a little more greedy. I'm not going to think on this too long. $200 every time you get hurt. It doesn't say what level of hurt it is. Like if you just have an itch or a mosquito bite versus breaking a bone. No matter any time you feel just a little bit of pain or physical nuisance, you get $200 instantly deposited into your bank. That sounds amazing. And you can use that money to help other people. So I'm gonna go with that. I feel like that's gonna be the majority here. 62 versus 38. Yeah, alright. I'm good with that. That sounds fantastic. I'll take... See, I'm scratching my nose. That gives me $200 right there. That's pain. Self-inflicted, but it's pain. So, yeah, I'll take the 200. Fine. Would you rather have hair everywhere on you or have hair... No, we already answered this. We're going with nowhere. And in this case, it's a resounding 70%. Yeah, fine. I'll go bald. Works for me. Would you rather every food you eat is too salty or every drink you drink is too sweet? Damn. Ugh, too salty. I hate too salty. I like salty, but not when it's too salty. When every drink you drink is too sweet, you can fix that. I mean, if you water it down a little bit. But then again, if it says every drink you drink, even a watered down drink will still be too sweet. But at least it's not too salty. I prefer sweet over salty. I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to here. It's a pretty simple one. 74% agree with me. Works for me. Oh man, would you rather control time or control the weather? I want nothing to do with time travel. I feel like that is the most dangerous power you could have, if that would even be possible. I don't think it is, and I'm hoping it's not, because I feel like the first person who discovers it is just gonna break the entire universe just by knocking over a blade of grass. I mean, butterfly effect and everything. I don't want that kind of power. That sounds terrifying. I don't want anything to do with controlling time. But controlling the weather, as I said before, New England could use that right now. It's, what, like 40 degrees out there right now? And it's only 8:30-ish? Yeah. So I'm going to go with control the weather. That just sounds ludicrously... What? 17% for weather, 83 for time. Are you... Do you have any idea how much damage you would cause to everybody and everything? There is no good outcome from controlling time. We don't understand time. At least we understand weather. Are you psychotic? That is such a dangerous thing to do. Well... Anyways, I'm glad I don't have to think about that for myself. That's no longer in my hands. So, you can break the universe if you want. I'm not gonna claim any responsibility in that pool. So, I'm fine. That's it for me. Now, would you rather drink hot drinks in summer or drink cold drinks in winter? Oh, no question. Cold drinks in winter. I'm doing that now. Like, I'll drink soda any season. Yeah, come on, keep it going. Yeah, 77% versus 23%. Yeah, obviously, cold drinks, always. Would you rather never see an animal ever again, work on your grammar, versus have a 70% chance of getting attacked by any animal you see? Never see an animal again, so that also means you gotta go vegetarian. But you never see puppies. I love puppies, though. But then again, there'd be 70% chance that they'd attack you. It would be adorable and hilarious. 70% chance. How many times do you see animals, though? Probably not often. And you have to see them. Like, it's not like there's going to be a bird in a tree. The bird sees you and attacks. You need to acknowledge the bird. Like, if you hear the bird, you're like, oh crap, it's a bird. I'm going to look away. And then there could be other times where like, oh, I hear a dog. I'm going to risk it this time. So then you're fine. But never see an animal again. I love dogs a lot. And I love eating animals a lot. And I feel like it's a nutrient necessity for me, personally. Just being my build and all that. I gotta eat my meat. So I'm going to go with 70% chance of getting attacked by any animal you see. That's a key word here. It's not any animal that's present, necessarily, or within a certain distance. 33% versus 67. Yeah, I kind of expected that. Would you rather, fight in an ancient war, or fight in a modern war? So, it's death either way. Is it death by bullets or death by swords? At least, I feel like in ancient war, there's no quick way to die. I feel like it's going to be lingering, it's going to be torturous, so assuming by default I'm going to die, I'd rather die in a modern war, because at least in that point, you could just get shot in the head, or you could explode in a terrible explosion, or be set ablaze. I feel like that's preferable over losing a limb, then losing a finger, then losing an eye very slowly in an ancient war. So I'm going to go with modern war. And 45% for modern war. People really think they have a chance in an ancient war. Really? After all the mythic legions that we've been reviewing lately, seeing all those spears and arrows and daggers and things like that, you really think you're going to have a shot? No, you're not going to be okay in an ancient war. No one will be, unless you're the best of the best. At least you could skate by with being decent in a modern war. But then again, I'm going to be dead either way. Oh, speaking of dead, here's another one. Would you rather die before your partner or die after your partner? Whoa, geez. I mean, this is a tough one for me because I've never had a partner of any capacity, never had a girlfriend or nothing. Ever dated, really. So, but I imagine if I had a partner, and I'm going to assume this partner is like the highest level of partner that I want. I'd love to be married one day. So, in this case, it's going to be dying before my wife or after my wife. I'd rather Oh, it's going to sound terrible if I phrase it this way. I'd rather my wife die first, because that way I could spend my life fulfilling her wishes. Like, after death, she can die peacefully, knowing that anything that she needs taken care of, I can handle for her. To be sure that she is okay, that anything that she's wanted to say is said, or anything that she's wanted to accomplish but didn't have the time to do is done. So, yeah, just so that way I can be for them in their death, post-mortem. I would rather die die after my partner, that's right. So, just to be sure that they could die in peace, knowing that, hey, I got this. So I'd rather do that. And if 48 versus 52, yeah, it could go either way. Ooh, a fun one. Alright, finally, some of these were getting depressing. Would you rather live in a DC world or live in a Marvel world? They're both fun, but both of them are incredibly dangerous. Oh, wait a minute, think about this though. Now, it depends on how much you know about the comics. Personally, I'm not a comic reader, but I understand the scope of comics to some degree. Now, when it says live in a world, there are different worlds in these universes. Like, in live in a Marvel world, like the main world is Earth 616, but there's different Earths. There's infinite Earths in either of these multiverses, right? Like, there's a Spider-Verse, like there's different Spider-Men. Like, you got Miles Morales, you got Spider-Gwen, you got Peter B. Parker, you got Spider-Ham, you know? Like, you can choose to live in a Spider-Ham universe if you want. You're a cartoon, that basically means you never die, everything's a lot of fun, full of a lot of happy music, and you're okay. Not saying that's what I choose, but there's a world in that universe that's safe for you. And DC world, like, let's say you select to be in the Dark Knight metal universe, where every version of Batman is out there to kill you, and that would be a terrible world to live in. So, basically, you can choose either multiverse, knowing that no matter what world you choose, it's one that's to your design, because since there are infinite worlds in either universe, in either multiverse, it makes more sense, you can easily assume that a world you'd prefer to be in is an option. So, now, would I prefer to be with the characters from DC or with the characters in Marvel? That's a tough one. Well, really, in Marvel, I've been teetering throughout my life whether I prefer DC or Marvel. For Marvel, really the only thing I care about is Spider-Man, to be honest with you. But, oh, this is what I do. I would totally want to live in the world of Joel Schumacher's Batman. I love that world so much. I love the colors, I love the music, I love the Adam West vibes that it has. I'd love to live in that world just as a civilian, seeing all the wacky-ass villains go at it and not really cause any true damage or anything. So, like, there's all this silliness, but then at the end it's, curse you, Batman! But everyone's happy at the end of the day, and you get some really awesome music in that end credits of every conflict. So, yeah, I'd rather live in Joel Schumacher's Batman more than anything. But if I lived in the Spider-Man world, like, Spider-Man's just doing his thing, like, there wouldn't be a whole lot in it for me. But if I'm in Joel Schumacher's Gotham, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'd do that. So, yeah, I'm going with DC. And, yeah, majority goes for Marvel. I expect that. But 28% for DC. Totally cool. All right. 54 minutes. So, yeah, I think I'm going to bring this to an hour. And I think that should be pretty good because I got to put the video together. But, anyways, would you rather stay isolated for... enough of these isolation questions, damn it. Would you rather stay isolated for the rest of your life? Or would you rather have no privacy for the rest of your life? I'd like to assume if I have no privacy, that means I have a significant other, perhaps. So I'll go with that. It doesn't say who's with you, so I'm going to go with that one. At least I have some company. 42% versus 58%. So, okay. Fine, I guess. Would you rather fly with a dragon, or swim with a mermaid? I'm going to drown if I swim with a mermaid. Fly with a dragon, I'm probably going to fall off. Well, you could prepare. You could get the saddle and everything that you need so you're strapped down really well. Yeah, dragon sounds freaking badass. I'm going with the dragon. Screw the mermaid. Or rather not, because I'm not swimming with them. 80% for dragons. Hell yeah. That sounds great. Would you rather never worry about wealth or never worry about health? Oh, that's cute. Damn. So never worry, again, this is a case-by-case basis, like, how good is your wealth, how good is your health? My health overall is pretty good. If anything, most of my stresses comes from wealth, or lack thereof. So if I have money, then that absolves a whole bunch of problems. Then as for the health issues that I do have, I can focus more on those and fix those up, then I'll just have a better life all around. But if I just solve my health problems, that does nothing for my wealth. So I think wealth, again, for me personally, it just makes the most sense. So I'm going to go with wealth. And 51 versus 49. Again, very much depending on who's answering these questions. Would you rather have to sell your pet/pets but collect the revenue, or have to give your car away for free? I'm in an apartment. I don't have pets or a car. I guess, alright, I'll think my parents' house. We have fish. Sell the fish and get some money. Oh man, my dad would not want to see one of his cars go away for free. Oh boy. Yeah, I think we're gonna opt. Alright, assuming I'm with my folks, I'd say we lose the fish and get some money. I don't think we'd be getting much money, but money's pretty good. My dad could restart his fish tanks, which is fine. 50-50, that's an interesting one. But like, let's say I was in a house with one of my dogs who are sadly no longer with us, then yeah, I'd probably get rid of the car that I don't have for free. But, what the, oh, antivirus. We're fine, I'm good. Alright, just a little hello from McAfee, thanks for that. Whoa, would you rather have to kill 5 strangers or have to kill 1 person you know? Well, there are people that I really, really hate who I've known. Yeah, for 5 strangers, that's meaningless, and I feel like you get in more trouble that way. But if you selectively kill 1 person you know who you really despise, yeah, okay, sure, alright. I mean, someone's going down anyway, so I might as well just choose someone with meaning. 51% versus 49. That is interesting. Yeah, I mean, why would you choose strangers? Why do you choose strangers? I guess if you read someone you know, and you assume, oh, loved ones, then yeah, of course, strangers might be an option. Not of course, but, you know, it might be preferable. But, yeah, if it's someone you know who you really hate or has been a terrible person to yourself or other folks, then, like, what if you want to kill a horrible dictator? Then, yeah, I think that might be the way to go. But anyways, that's that question. Let's do a few more of these. Would you rather spend a night on the ocean? So, are you on a raft or are you on a ship? That's another important question to ask. Or, spend a night in a forest. Spend a night in a forest. So, the best... Are you, like, in a log cabin or a nice condo in the forest? Spend a night on the ocean. So, I'm going to assume it's best case scenario for either of these, because I feel like we need a little more optimism here. So, we're either on a really nice cruise ship, or we're in a really awesome furnished cabin. I'm instinctually going for the cabin. I just feel like that would be very nice. Yeah, I really love going for walks, being in the trees, seeing the animals, stuff like that. I mean, based on the other question we just answered, they're going to be out to get me. But assuming these questions are separate from each other, spending a night in the forest, that sounds lovely. You can hear the crickets and stuff. I mean, you might get a few bug bites and crap, but... oh, it doesn't have to be during that season. It could be during the winter. And then, yeah, it sounds lovely. You can just see the snow from your window. That sounds great. That sounds really cozy. So I'm going to go with spend a night in the forest. And again, it didn't specify like what kind of danger you'd be in or anything, so I assume that allows you to have a choice in the matter. So, would you rather only be able to kiss your spouse or only be able to hug your spouse? So when it says only, does that mean only be able to do either one of these things and do nothing else, like you can't even talk to them? What does that mean? I'm going to assume it means choose one or the other. I guess hugging I prefer. Yeah, hugging's nice. Kissing's more intimate than I need. That's getting really personal, but hugging's good. I'll go with hugging. Alright. Yeah, hugs for everyone. 43%, I don't care. Hugs are nice. and they're more adaptable to different situations and stuff, so hugs are easier, put it that way. Oh man, alright, this one's on death, so let's leave it at this one. Would you rather die in 10 years, but happy and with people, or die in 50 years alone and unhappy? Oh no. Well, it says you're happy anyways. So you know what? I'm gonna go with happy. Because it says you're happy. You're not stressed, you're not worried, you're not doubtful, you're not longing for anything. But if you die in 50 years alone and unhappy, that guarantees you're sad. You're looking back in your life. You're singing Johnny Cash's Hurt until you're dead. So, yeah, I'm going with die in 10 years. But you're happy and with people. And 79% versus 21. Interesting. Wow. Now I feel like I can keep going if I take another sip of water. 1 minute. Do I want to keep going? This is fun. Alright, you know, let's do 2 more. Alright, 2 more and I think that'll be enough. And then the last one, I guess I'll be up to you, whatever's on screen. So, would you rather have your dream car but you can't use it, or have a bad car with infinite gasoline? I don't want either of these. I guess I could have a car and then give it to my dad, because my dad loves cars a lot. I have a bad car with infinite gasoline. Yeah, I'll have the car of my dreams, not be able to use it, and give it to my dad. That sounds great. Okay. Perfect. 17%. Versus 83. Whatever. Alright. Okay. Last question. Have all your fingers permanently replaced by scissors. So, alright, you're literally Edward Scissorhands. Or have both your feet permanently replaced by butter knives. What? Again, this goes back to like the amputation question we were talking about before. Losing your legs versus losing your arms. I want my arms. I want my hands to be able to do things. Scissors would be very limiting. Like, as romanticized as that prospect is, I don't think it would be a very happy time if you just had Freddy Krueger hands forever. But if you go with have both your feet permanently replaced by butter knives... Wait, feet. Not toes, feet. What would that look like? So, basically, you lose a foot, then you just have a butter knife put in its place. How useless is that? I feel like they could give... It doesn't say you could take those knives out and then replace them with prosthetics eventually that are better suited. Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna go with the really useless butter knives, okay. So, yeah, 59% versus 41. Alright, cool. So, I'm going to leave it there, but what's this last question that we have? Play video games for the rest of your life or watch movies for the rest of your life? Damn. I'd say movies, just because I haven't been gaming a lot lately. It just hasn't had the same punch that it once has had. I've been watching a lot more stuff on TV, so yeah, I'm going to go with movies. But yeah, anyways, if I click here, then that's going to bring up another question, and we're going to be here forever. But yeah, let me know what you think about these questions that we've gone over, and what you thought about this video, this PODplays that we've done, because this was very enjoyable. Nice little way to kill an hour for myself. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And again, let me know if you've watched any of their Pod Guide podcasts. I just do those on a whim. Never really planned. I just do them on impulse. So yeah, they're really cool for me to do. Very enjoyable. Hope you guys like them too. So thank you guys very much for watching or listening, depending on how you approach this video. Please be sure to, as per usual, like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Patreon, which is totally dead, which is totally fine. And yeah, ring the bell if you want to get more content like this. And especially comment. I really would love to hear what you guys are thinking about our content here. So, that's about all. So, thank you guys very much for hanging around. Stick around next time. Maybe we'll do this again. Rock on, and I will see you all later.